What's up, guys? How's it going? How's life? This week in Tokyo, the emergency declaration has been lifted. So as of tomorrow, I need to get myself back on trains and heading off to work every day. I'm not too worried about it because we have an offset, sorry, the window's open. Those trains that I'm talking about. An offset working hours, like we work at the office from 10 to 7, and if we want, we can come in from 11 to 8. So I can be on the trains when they're relatively devoid of people for the most part. Most of the trains that I go on have a lot of open windows, so there's plenty of ventilation, and it will give me back an hour, 2 hours of time every day when I'm just away from the computer. I don't hate working from home. I do hate remote connectivity, and I'm realizing that being stuck in this tiny room is actually like doing things to my brain chemistry. I don't mind being in a room. I really, really don't. But I do enjoy having reasons to go out of it. And if that's just going to the office back and forth, that gets me outside, it gets me some sun, it tells my body, this is daytime, shut off the melatonin, and then when I go to bed, it turns it back on again, because I still haven't been getting very good sleep for many weeks. As of next recording, I'll also be in a different room. I'm changing rooms here. This room is, it served me well for 5 months, but there's a bigger one vacating. Like, this room is about 7.5 square meters, and the other one is 10.5 square meters for maybe $40 more a month. And it's got like a window that's triple the size. So I'll get more sunlight. Yay! And, you know, maybe a little bit more room to actually do some exercises. It's so fucking tiny in here. I only have started noticing that now because I have trouble like stepping around my backpack to get from the door to the bed. That's how scramped it is in here. The game that I've been working on will have some news soon. There was a Facebook post about it, but I don't know where it came from, so I shared it, but I can't find an official source. And that said, I'm not going to give a bunch of news about it until we actually get, like, release news. It should be coming up in a Steam event next month, because that's the big deadline we've been pushing towards. So once I hear some more about that, I will let you guys know, but I think I might have said that last week, too. Schooling starts in a month at Anim School. My copy of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is getting here today, and that's going to take me probably the rest of the year to play in terms of free time on the bus, or on the trains. I'm also still working through Mega Man 04, which is much faster than the first 3 games, so yay. I've got the Japanese, the JLPT N4 test coming up in July, and I think I'll be okay for it, but we're still shifting. Me and my tutor are shifting to doing practice tests and like trying to understand where I'm getting answers wrong and why, just to specifically correct like really finicky grammar bits that you don't get out of a textbook. As usual, don't have a whole ton of extra stuff to talk about. I am existing. Life will get back to hopefully something approaching normal-ish soon here, but I'm still not going to go back to doing a lot of social stuff for probably the rest of the year, because the schooling is going to keep me safe and locked up indoors, out of trouble, and I'm still expecting that there's going to be a big second spike. I was out having a walk around today, and the streets were almost as full as they were when I arrived in Tokyo. It's like as soon as the emergency dropped, everybody just swarmed outside, so that's gonna have another spike up again. And so the responsible thing to do is for me to stick around indoors. As for the riots and stuff like that are going on, this is not a political channel, so I don't want to go too deep into it, but all that said, you all know I have not ever shied away from political stuff either. I'm not a very good wordsmith in coming up with stuff that's really concise and to the point, but long story short is, the original protesters have a damn good reason to protest, and I wish the rioters from outside the group had not come in and completely derailed their point. Further, this kind of thing was inevitable, and I'm not saying I condone it, and it's not okay to get this violent, but it is inevitable when you don't fix the problems that people have for so long. I don't condone it, but I do understand it, and I understand that it will keep happening if it does not get addressed. Stay safe. Please, I know this is not a very good time for all of this to be happening, but there's never really a good time for giant disastrous events to happen. Keep safe, keep social distancing, find a way to support whatever means you want to support safely, and I will check in again with you guys next week. Toodles.